Kenny, what's happening?
What's going on, Dan?
Just you. Are you able to jump
How
in
you been?
front of
How
that
was this
document?
morning?
Good.
I'm about to get in right in front of me right now.
Daniela's 13th in the world.
13th, that's good though. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Pretty good. I agree.
Excellent. All right. So I'm on it through my phone, laptop. It's not acting right.
It's all right. I can take the notes.
I have a good feeling today.
The prospects, number of prospects, it's either going to say 1 or 2, no matter how many you've pulled up.
That was one of my questions I was going to.
Right. He wants to retire. This date should be today's date, the date of the call. Landlord and operator, same guy, we believe, Dave. I have been calling this dude and leaving messages for him. He has made no attempt to call us back. Let's hit Dave up again. Here we go. Stand by.
Hello.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Dave, my name is Danny. I'm interested in talking some lease terms. I wanted to rent one of your buildings from you here, San Sushi Parkway.
You want to lease the?
I would like to do exactly that. Yes, sir.
I'm just there's an operating business in there right now, though.
The Laundromat. We're both talking about the same thing, yeah? Yeah, that's what I do.
Oh, you want to?
That's what I do, Dave. I do laundries. I've been doing it for about 21 years. My interest is in talking to landlords, discussing lease terms, and then renewing the business, putting some new equipment in. I'm not a broker or a flipper. I'm not trying to sell the place. I want to operate it. And it's my understanding you run the business as well as own the building, if I'm right.
Yep, I do both.
Okay. So look, if you love the business, if it's working well for you and you're making tons of money and not spending too much time, keep it. Keep doing what you're doing. Personally, I'm not here to pick on operators. I have a few dozen stores, and that's where the change comes in. When I do it full time, building on the empire sees me talking to landlords, whether or not you operate the store or not. You understand what I understand, what it is when you have a bearing job go out on a machine, how much you can possibly earn with or without advertising, all of that. And look, you might want to sell the business, you might want to sell the building. I would allow you to sell the building at some point, but with a long-term tenant in place.
Yeah, you don't want to own the building.
No, I'm not buying dirt right now. I would sign a first right of refusal with you. I like to put that in my leases, and then that way, if you do want to sell it at some point, when the market changes,
who get out of it, it's going to be complete. Because I'm at the stage where I don't want to, like, when I leave, I leave. Staying in Pennsylvania.
Well,
I don't want to have it.
I'm not here to argue with you, but at the end of the day, I'm providing you the ability to keep the real estate. Collect a rent check and sell it at some later point. If you want to put it on the market, go ahead. At the end of the day, you're looking for a specific buyer that wants to own real estate with a laundromat, and that's not a rare thing. But the opportunity I'm offering is, again, just to keep the real estate. And if we remove, I've got quite a few buildings where I end up owning the strip mall or doing the maintenance on the strip mall. Anything can be done.
Yeah.
Something to think about. I'm not here to get an instant response from you, but what you have is a very strong operator. And imagine if you were to sell it to someone that wants to run it and own the building. Great, like you said, you walk away, and that's been sort of your mindset. I understand that, but what I'm really offering here is the ability for you to sell the building at a later time when it has increased, obviously, in value. Let me send you an email. Go ahead.
Are you local or where are you
yes,
out of?
Of course. Absolutely. This is my cell phone. I don't want you to misunderstand. You can't run a laundromat from outside the county, much less the state.
Yeah, so you're a local person around.
That is correct.
You live here. Yeah, okay.
That's what it means.
And you have laundromats in the area now?
Yeah, I can send you an email with, before and after pictures, et cetera, et cetera. I own 36 stores, and I don't go to the CLA meetings. I don't really. I'm not into the normal methodology and the way that these knuckleheads do things. I want to sign a lease with you, put new equipment in the place, and operate it. Yeah. That simple.
I just put some new equipment in there yesterday.
There you go.
Yeah. So what, are you going to take it out and put new equipment? I update my often. I buy new stuff, and I just threw some new stuff in there yesterday.
Yeah, well, in my opinion, we do a full retool every 7 years or so. That's why I'm always looking for a 15-year term. I'm glad to make your I'm glad to make your acquaintance. I'll send you an email and let us know. I mean, it's when the phone rings, it's always some dipshit trying to sell you something. I'm not selling anything. I want to give you a check and run another store.
The offers on the laundromat, they want me to hold the paper, they want me to do this, that, but in the end, I'm still stuck with everything. You know what I mean? Like,
your phone is ringing with these morons that want you to float some type of loan because I don't know if you know this, the internet is fraught with, all of a sudden, since 2019, there's all these morons saying, go talk to a laundry operator and get them to sell you their store with zero money. It doesn't make any sense. Why do you want to become the bank? Go back to becoming a landlord at the end of the day. I'm not here to ask you questions about how you got the place, why you did it, etc. But again, I'm offering a solid. I'm gonna beat you up on the rent too. I want to pay retail. It's not a Neiman Marcus. It's not even a Walmart. What's your email address?
What?
Got it the first time. That's okay.
Yeah, DDD.
Yeah, got it. So I'll fire you off a thing, and this is my cell phone number. Save it. No pressure either way. I'm happy to build on the empire and do a deal with you. How many people are reaching out to you about buying the place?
I can't even count already. It's just like I got people coming in, measuring it, taking pictures, they're making offers, and want to know how much you make. It's like
zero experience, I would assume, in all of them.
Yeah. Well, when I was getting started in real estate, Carlton Sheets, use other people's money.
Yeah, I remember that guy. I think he went to prison.
Yeah, well, he made all of his money off selling the books. That's
right.
But I'm, I just old school. But that's just my way.
No, I mean, being in the business, dude, I know of at least two of these, quote, gurus that have never owned a laundromat, that have never been in the business, and they're telling people, here's a letter writing. You getting letters too?
No, I didn't get any letters, but I did get the phone calls and the stop-ins,
Well, you've done a good job of keeping your address a secret then.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, let me know. No pressure. Appreciate your time.
All right.
Ciao.
Send it out and I'll I'll give you a buzz.
Yeah, bye. There you have it, Kenny. A real live call. So we've been trying to reach this guy for 2 months, and he decides to pick up the telephone, and we have a good conversation. So now your question: what do you do? Well, what you do is keep an eye on this place, right? He says he just put new equipment in. It's pretty scant, right? There's only a couple of pieces of equipment and there's a lot of room in there. And, what I would say is you've got to up the capacity in there likely. And it's funny, more and more of these folks I'm talking to, what do you think it does when all of these zero background, no experience, forget about experience, you've seen a silly course, i.e. my course, that has taught you how to operate, what you need to do, how you advertise. These other folks it's sad. There's a $10,000 course that says, write a letter. That's all it says. Go in and measure the place and talk to the operator. They're telling these folks to buy it from the operator. This guy just happens to be the landlord, which is good.
Exactly.
Which is good. All right, I'll send him.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy right now. I love that conversation, Danny. I appreciate that. I love that conversation.
Well,
like
thanks.
I was on a whole praying. I appreciate that.
Well, Jesus, dude, it's.
I know. This means a lot. This could change my life.
I hope so.
Yeah, this means a lot. Yeah.
It's going to change your life if you stick with it, right? You're fairly new to this, and it's going to change your life if you stick with it. It's like anything. You might have the knowledge to do a thing, and if you don't do the thing, it's never going to affect you in any way, shape, or form. So you got plenty of carpenters and welders.
I want to get out real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm sorry to cut you off, Danny. I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm just excited. 2 things I want to get off real quick. I don't think he retooled it because I visited the place probably a couple of weeks ago. I don't know, I'm not too sure, but I visited a couple of weeks ago. Just driving around because I'm obsessed with this stuff. So I drive around and look at the same thing over and over and over. And he did not retool it. I think that was a made up one. But also, I want to say appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm sorry, Danny. I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy. But you don't understand. This is good.
It's not like anything really happened.
I know. But it's a step.
I'm the glass is not only half empty, but the glass fell off the table and broke in 1,000 pieces guy, right? I mean, when we get some real work done, look, this was an introduction, right? It's a cold call.
Yeah.
And it's my goal to be very, very different than the others that's pouring honey in this guy's ear, right? Since I've been doing this, just consulting for 21 long years, I've seen a lot of changes. And those changes are the ebb and flow of the way that we can get this done. Do you understand why it's bad that all of these morons are telling people to do whatever they have to do to buy a laundromat? Do you get that?
Yeah, there's only one way to do it. This is this way. This is the best way to do it.
Well,
trust me, I went over the mathematics all the time.
I know that.
This is the best way to do it.
But what I'm saying is, let's just take Dave, the landlord/operator, for instance, right? He's got people in there measuring his location, running into him in person. He's like, well, what in the actual are you doing right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm measuring this because I'm going to own it. Now, these individuals, what do we call them?
Fake guru.
Right? These individuals are out there he said Carlton Sheets, look the guy up. They're pounding their desk saying the same thing over and over and over again. Buy a laundromat. Well, that's a death knell. What if this guy does sell you the laundromat? What's the price? 100, 200,000,
Exactly. I don't want the
300,000?
machines.
Now, he wants something. He wants to leave. You said that through your research. He just told us,
Yep.
confirming it.
hmm
This landlord operator wants to leave. He wants to leave the state. He wants to leave the county. He wants to retire somewhere on an island. Great. And he thinks the only method for him to do so is by selling this building and getting money for the business. That's not the case. Today, his phone rang and he spoke to an intelligent, thinking person who has a business strategy that can allow him to grow his real estate portfolio. His real estate investment will continue to grow. And if he sells it to you, i.e., me, later, he makes the money. Gold is
Yeah.
expensive. Gold's $3,500 almost an ounce right now. So nobody's going to buy it, right? Well, gold was expensive at $411 when I bought my first ounce. You can't go back in time and buy it at $411. You can't.
Exactly. It's always going to go up. It's always
So
going to go
this
up. Best
gentleman,
time to buy it now.
he was listening, he was thinking, and I asked him, what was the experience with these people knocking down your door saying, buy a laundromat? Well, none. He looks at them like
None.
buffoons, like fools, because they don't know what they are
Mhm.
doing. The very fact that they
Yep.
want to buy the business and then come out and say, what's it making? It's making fuck you. It's
Yep.
none of your business what it's earning. It's none of your business what it's earning. You don't ask that. And we never concern ourselves with what it's earning. This place is failing. We know what he wants. He wants to leave, and we're willing to help him do that. It's that simple.
We-
So I'm going to
yeah.
tailor that email that I send to him, and I'll CC you in that email. And the email is going to say, hey, this is what we're offering. And he sees my, I don't block my line. He sees my number. Oh, you're local? Put it in the notes. Go in there and write down everything that he said. It's very important. So back to what do? Keep an eye on it. If you see major changes, check the address of this laundry online regularly, maybe every month. See if he puts it for sale, because he hasn't done that. He wants to leave, but he hasn't done the thing yet. And now today, no one has knocked on his door but you to say, I have a real opportunity. Oh, I just want to be done with it. Okay, so be done with it. You're not going to charge us cams or triple nets. You're not going to charge us for common area maintenance, because we'll take on the common area maintenance. I'll put that in the email.
Yep.
Imagine that.
Yep.
A
Yeah.
true hands-off
great.
investment. I got investments in Mexico.
True hands-off.
I don't have to go down there ever. I love to lease the place, because when people are in there, if the roof leaks, if there's an ant infestation, the renters are going to tell the management company, and I'm going to pay a few dollars and get it fixed. It's that simple.
Damn, that's crazy, Danny. So excited, man.
Relax.
I'm excited.
It's just,
I know. I'm relaxed.
It's
I'm
just
relaxed.
a method. It's just a method that we use that happens to make sense. And
You
the
know what it
sad
is?
part about, this just irks me. It really makes me angry to speak to an actual landlord operator who says, people are banging down my door. Now, how many of these folks is he selling it to? None. It doesn't work.
Yeah, none.
Zero.
Exactly.
He's not selling this laundromat. He doesn't understand the dichotomy that has changed, that there's a dozen people selling courses for $5,000 and $10,000. I spoke to someone who bought this woman's $10,000 course. Do you have her cell phone number? No. I'm an idiot. I do this for people like you because I want to see, my heart is in this to see you succeed. I've taken my exit. I have my success. Now I'm trying to put folks like you into that arena. Well, today, right here, right now, we've got the opportunity to make another call, and maybe we'll get another. This guy is typical, right? We might have called and left another message and another message and another message, and I have to be ambiguous with those messages. I can't say, Dave, I want to lease your laundromat, call me back, because he won't. I could hear the inflection in his voice, and understand what he was thinking. He even came out and said, well, I want out. Okay, we can help you do that. Is he going to text that
right
or write that in an email? No. The conversation is what I am good at. It is what I want, and it's what we must do. It's so hard for me to explain to my new clients, yeah, we leave tons of messages. No, they don't return phone calls. And it's the fact that we have to be ambiguous with that call. Hello, sir, I've got an opportunity for you. They're not going to call back. Everybody's afraid of salespeople. I'm not selling shit. Okay, without using any specifics here, you've been scouting this store and seen the same equipment broken for over 2 months. You just see those out of order signs. You know what's funny is when they put duct tape on the machines and the duct tape starts to fall apart and the duct tape is disgusting. And then they write in a Sharpie on top of the duct tape out of order. And it's just, it's heart-wrenching. It's grotesque that I have made a fortune in this business, and it makes it so easy for folks like you to come in and do it right because there's so many people doing it wrong. All right, we've got... So you saw a sign with this number on it, and the sign was indicating that this is the landlord or the landlord's agent, not the laundromat operator, correct?
Correct. So this one, like I was trying to do my full due diligence and getting call the number and ask for, but I didn't do it in this one. But I did see a sign and I did call other numbers. Like the guy that actually run the not the landlord, the operator of the laundromat gave me because I act like I was going to look for another property, and they gave me the number, this number right here. They gave me the name, the number, and it said they have a property for sale.
Don't forget, I asked you to Google it, and it's called reversing the number. You see the number on a sign. You know, we don't think about who owns the dirt under our local Walmart, right? We go to the Walmart, we do our shopping. My wife won't go near Walmart, by the way. We do our shopping.
Yeah, I don't like Walmart.
And you're high roller. And we leave. But if I asked you, hey, who owns that property? All you'd need to do is go to the corner of the parking lot, and there's a little sign, and it says ABC Management Company with a phone number. Fred Cucumber, call this number for realty information. Crazy. The sign's there.
And that's what I got.
But you never notice it because you're not looking for it. And so suddenly you know that Walmart doesn't own that dirt. It's this management company who manages it for the landlord. All right, so this is a realtor. Let's call him up and see what's what. Stand by. Now's where you subscribe. Not you, Kenny. You're already subscribed.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, Stan, my name is Danny. I'm calling on some commercial space for lease. That's my cell phone number, the only number you need. I'm not a realtor. I'm not a broker. I'm looking to lease space from you and give you a rent check. Thank you. So, Kenny, square one there. I know that you're on your phone. So when you get a chance, an opportunity to get back in front of your computer, put the notes there. And the short version of this one is simple. Danny dialed Stan, and then I put the last four of the number. You know, CRM, customer relations management, is very important, so we know what we have done thus far. If we find out this is a wrong number later, and, you know, the guy's voicemail, in my opinion, is terrible because it says, your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. Dude, hey, this is Stan, realtor to the stars. Leave a message. I'm either dead or in the hospital. And if it's the former or not the latter, I'll call you back and we will do business together. Beep. Oh, well, that's great. What a guy. He's funny. He ID'd himself. He's a realtor, but instead you get this
Yeah.
horrible ambiguity from people. This is the way that society works. I'm Gen X, I guess. My God, now they're into the Ys and the Zs and the whatever else. I
Yeah,
mean,
they're beta and
a-
alpha and all
and
that
and
stuff. Yeah.
and my kids aren't afraid to go up and ask somebody for a ketchup packet. This society's going sideways, dude. We prefer a
Yes, yes, it
conversation,
is.
and here is what we have seen here. I know you're excited. Stick with it. Find me more stores, plug them in, and we'll keep doing the thing. Let me go send that email. Thanks, Kenny.
Thank you, Danny.
Thanks, brother.
Appreciate you.
Ciao. Means the world. No one gives a shit about me. I assume you don't either. Maybe you love me. Maybe you're a client. Maybe you're happy that I didn't die the other day. Well, there's been a lot of trauma in my life. If you do not wish to be bitten by a shark, do not go in the ocean. How simple is that? Those of us that have lived a certain lifestyle, you end up with a passion for the juice. Have to be suicidal to have fun water skiing, but then eventually you want to do a flip. And then beyond that, you want to jump. And then you want to have a faster boat. Then you want to be listening to Metallica while you're doing it. Personally, Navy trained, diving without hand grenades being thrown at you, it's just not fun anymore. But enough about me. Kenny is a guy who was in your shoes, guys. Kenny was a guy who wanted a way out. He wanted to get out from under the job. You know what JOB stands for? So he went looking, and he found me either on Instagram, yeah, I have a TikTok account, or here, YouTube, where I do the real work. Where are you in this search? Are you brand new? Are you wondering, who is this character? My impetus for doing this for so many years, decades now, just consulting, just helping people. Oh, the whole thought process. If you're so good at laundromats, then why would you want to sell a course and tell people about it? You're not going to interfere with my business. It's a regional thing, just like Dave the landlord said, well, where are you from? I can't make some call halfway across the country and hope to go scoop up somebody's store. I know it, he knows it. Dave, that's my guy. He's a landlord, so am I. He's an operator, so am I. He understands what it's like to feel the dread of a fucking bearing job going out on a piece of equipment. And you think, well, I can send that in for $4,000, or I can take it back to my garage and do it myself for $400. Pain in the ass. Or buy a new piece of equipment. Costly but necessary. Ask me the questions in the chat. This is really, really live right now. Ask me the questions. What do you want to know? Lee says, woo, woo, woo. What it do? I know what that means. What it do, Lee? I'm next. Yes, you are. Mr. Patra is on here. We're getting a lot of the Indian things. Mr. Patra, I want you to start telling me what you love about India when you get on here. How much is a Rolex Deep Sea? Do you think in the long run holding onto a Rolex would give you an inflation beating return? Yes, depending on the model, of course. But don't buy Rolexes as an investment. Don't try to do that because you'll be hurt. Buy the thing because you love it. How much is a Deep Sea? Well, Can you get it new? I've got the Cameron Deep Sea, the red label. I'm a watch nut. Tim says everyone hates generic voicemail greetings. That is true. Yet people continue to do it. Even people that are supposed to be doing a job, for God's sakes. That's incenses me. And mailbox full messages, yes. How far away can someone have a successful laundromat from where they live? Well, Tim, that's module number 2 in my silly course. It is literally important. Number 1, is this the right business for you? Number 2, how far away? Only you can answer that. There are folks driving 2.5 hours one way to get to a horrible, disgusting job every day. They're spending 5 hours a day commuting, and they're not making millions. Or then there's New York, where there's a train, a bus, and another bus and another train. And again, they do this just to scrape by, just to survive. And they're away from their family. So, Tim, only you can answer that. I don't give you some generic rubber-stamped bullshit. Try not to be an idiot. I don't give you those types of answers because it would show that it would be very telling that I don't really know the answer. Oh, well, you want to be 4 miles from your house. Do you really want to live somewhere where there's laundromats? Probably not. Wade says, hey, Danny. Looks like you had a great trip. Good to have you back. Thank you, sir. Yes, Daniela is now 13th in the world pistol caliber carbine. Proud of that kid. I'm thinking California isn't a good place for this. Well, Tim, California is not a good place for much of anything other than surfing. Nice place to visit, as they say. Marcus says he's finally caught alive. He's on the road driving. Well, hello. When India was formally established as a country in 1940, oh man, I asked the right guy for this kind of shit. The Western powers predicated that India would disintegrate into dozens of different countries, but we are still together 80 years later. Good for you. How old are you, Mr. Patra? This is what I love about India, diversity. Very cool. I'm glad you love where you live. That's important. Everybody's trying to lift the gates and get the hell out of there. Hi, Danny. How much is a 3-month free rent enough for starting a 15-year lease? How much is 3-month free rent enough? Try not to be an idiot. I'm not sure what you're asking. Is 3 months enough on a 15? Just about every landlord's going to offer you 3 months rent if you know how to ask for abatement. People are probably watching this right now and have no idea what abatement is. It's free rent. Every landlord that offers free rent will give you 3 months. How do you get 12? People get a lump in their throat. They're afraid to ask for a year of free rent. Do it. Oh, Mr. Patra's 19. Look at you, kid. Good for you for knowing history. You're a child. That's my middle daughter's age. Good God, I'm old. Every 100 miles, the language and cuisine changes. How cool. Very cool. Get out and travel, Mr. Patra. Come to Arizona. I'll buy you a taco. Jose says, Danny, I learn so much every day. Try not to miss a live because I want to gather as much knowledge as possible. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Jose. Have you seen my silly course, Jose? Good morning, Danny, says Marcus. Hi. A person 300 miles away. All right, it's enough India shit. From me right now, living in a different part of India, his or her language, I won't understand. That's pretty cool. Let me say, Mr. Patra, that, what's your nickname, by the way? Mahadi Patra. What astounds me about Europe, we were just in Znazmo, Czech Republic, shooting the World Shoot, and on our day off, we went to another country. The last day we were done, we had 2 days before our flight. I looked at the map. I said, oh my goodness, we are literally an hour. The way I drive, it was like 45 minutes. We were 45 minutes from Vienna. Got in the car and went. I put a video already up for you guys. And it's a different language. I speak some Deutsch. Was ist los? So knowing zero Czech, but driving an hour away, it's astounding. The women are different. They look different. I kind of noticed those things. And the language changes. You go from France to Italy, big changes. One of those, they don't wear bras. I watched the course more times than The Wolf of Wall Street, and that's my favorite movie, says Jose. I love it, dude. I love it. I was pissed because it was $1 million less. It was less than $1 million a week, whatever the line is. Sometimes you can make deals only 3 months of free rent. That's why I'm asking. Sorry for the bad English. Oh, not at all, Ed. I'm coming to 2027 in the USA. Once I graduate, wish me luck for my B1 visa. The visa officers are taught to take it for granted that anyone on the other side of the glass that your interview will illegally stay. Yeah, well, they've screwed it up for folks that want to do it right. That's for certain. Guys, do me a favor. I got tons of calls to make. If you are let me give you a little call to action here, right? Answer this for yourself, not for me, or answer it in the regular comments of this video once I burn down the live. What's your plan? If your plan is laundromats, I've got it for you. I've got it figured out. It's tons of work. There are people that can help. There's information. Today's call was very telling because more and more of these landlords, all of these other
fake guru,
all these knuckleheads are out there saying, do this and this and this and this. Many of them haven't even done it themselves. I'm saddened because I deal with people that say, oh, I give this person $10,000. There's no recourse. I learned a lesson. That's a tough lesson to learn. Can't get in touch with them, can't email them, can't reach out, can't talk to them. Very tough lesson to learn. And then we've got people using the information that they're providing, letter writing campaigns, going into the store and measuring, talking to this operator. In this case, he happens to be the landlord. The preponderance of these folks are talking to the operator who has no ability to do anything about the lease. So you're going to buy it from them? You're going to beg them? I can't wait till I find someone that's done it. But most people that do something like that and lose hundreds of thousands of dollars, it's not their immediate response isn't to go out and tell everybody about it. It's embarrassing. It's hurtful. That should make sense to you. Your call to action, get the silly course. For you, not for me. It's a few bucks. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. And then come back here. Do you ever see anyone in these comments sections saying anything negative? No. And I don't have moderators. I don't have anyone to stop people from doing that. I love films. And for you, Jose, to say that you've seen it more times than The Wolf of Wall Street, that's amazing. I can't pick a favorite movie because I'm a huge fan. I know I've seen Star Wars at least 222 times. That's the last time I counted. Comment on the video, evergreen. Back to work, kids.